Passing, yeah, what happened? Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmail in the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own youth. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth in the lineup is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth in the lineup is living in every line. Look, I'm not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers. Yeah. You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo.
No, Clara. No, Clara.
There
were 6 women that have claimed that you were physically violent with them. 6 women claimed you were physically violent with them.
It's not rape.
3 women.
It's physical violence, not rape. That's what you're saying.
No, 3.
Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man.
The law. It's just a matter of time.
Like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just
15 years old, known as Big Lovable Teddy. Janet Down and 42 years old. What's the motive? Killed.
Yo. This is the story of where I come from. Manton Avenue, yeah, where it all begun. Ooh, yeah. Go. When I think back to Stanley, the bike man's grind, 15 bucks in the dream, 2 wheels intertwined, building rides from scraps, he made magic flow. Every kid on the block knew he was the star of the show. Those summer days, sun beaming down, lemon hut chilling, just me in the crowd. Mischief rolling off the tip of my tongue, climbing through that window where the laughter hung. Got caught, yeah, but I do it again. Life was a movie, no scripts. Just friends, echoes on Manton, where the past still clings. Memories of the summer nights, the joy that it brings. Came from the streets where the dreams felt real. Life's a wild ride, man. know the deal. Yeah, late night swims with Uncle Lee, night watch vibes. Jokes and pool splash beneath those city skies. The stars were our roof, every laugh and gym. Rolling like the tide, man, we didn't care when. Lisa on the floor, breakdancing queen. Furious rockets pumping, you know what I mean. She spun and she twirled, the crowd going wild. In the Manning Project, she was every child's idol. But time's a thief, man, and shadows the light. Chasing down memories in the dark of the night. Camp David sunshine, let's roll it back. Now it feels distant, yeah, fading from track. Echoes on Manton, where the past still clings. Memories of the summer nights, the joy that it brings. Came from the streets where the dreams felt real. Life's a wild ride, man, know the deal. Now I walk these blocks, but they feel so changed. Remnants of a youth that's slipping through my veins. But I hold on to the laughter, the reckless abandon. The spirit of my childhood always commanding. So take me back to that lemon hut shine. The bikes on the street and moments divine. Manning Avenue, forever in my soul. These echoes remain as we chase our goals. Yeah. Echoes on Manton, never truly gone. In the heart of a rebel where I still belong. Yo, this is my story, I'm just letting it flow. Manning Avenue roots, always in the know. Yeah.
I'm not trying to test your manhood. And then you're thinking when we see each other, it's going to be kosher. It's going to be okay. Not in a man's world. Not where I come from, but I would be considered a hood bugger. You know what I mean? Based on my demographics. I would be the W word. You know, my house he would say I have 6, 7 satellite dishes hanging up on my house.
Yo, let's keep it real. It's a turtle tail. No detail too small. Yeah. Yeah, you thought it was cool playing those sides, right? Recording Karen, yeah, you lied and denied, man, what a sight. Double down on the mess like it's all a game. Talking big, selling our world, but don't it feel lame? Jokes about her parents thought it make you tough, but she lost her home, that struggle is rough. You asked her to rock it with you, to hit the stage, but she turned it down, see who's stuck in the cage. Turtle, where's the hustle, where's the grind? Living on the couch, man, that's no way to unwind. Your case came along, put you on a path. While Karen stays real, you just do the math. Free Karen, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Heavy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtles just a mirror showing all your tracks.
About Karen? How many clever ways can you call someone to see you next Tuesday?
Yeah, we spitting facts. Turtles just a mirror showing all your tracks. Karen ain't never treated you with hate or spite. Never shared your secrets, never dimmed your light. But you took them shots, throwing dirt in the game, putting her on blast like it's all just for fame. And let's talk about the couch, man. That's where you lay until the truth hit. Then you found your own way. She didn't mock you, nah. She was family, no lie. But you breaking that bond, bro, that's goodbye. Yeah. Turtle, listen up, it's time to rise. Living in that shadow, all those tired alibis. Karen's got a strength, yeah, she knows a place. While you hide behind the hate, can't keep up the pace. Free Karen Red, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtles just a mirror showing all your tracks. Free Karen Red, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtles just a mirror showing all your tracks. Keep it real podcast, that's what we speak, no lies. Supporting real people, see through all the guys. Karen's got a story and we're here to tell. It's more than just a game, it's your know your track, yeah. Keep it real podcast, that's where we speak.
I'm offended by that, but guess what? If you were offended by that, I fucking hate you anyway, and I don't want you watching my show. I don't care. You're not my kind of person. I don't like you. You're not fun, right? I don't want you over here. And normally, if I wasn't drama free, I'd really go off on you. But I'll just leave it at that. Like, I don't like you, and we weren't meant for each other. If you don't think that's funny, right? If you can't have a little joke with that, right? You're not my kind of people. Okay, you're not my kind of people. You know who can take that joke? Karen Reed can, because she's a tough mofo. She's been through a lot. She can take a joke. Okay, not all you motherfuckers out here acting like you're offended by that. You guys can't take the joke, but she can, because she's tougher than you, right? She doesn't. You don't speak for her. She speaks for herself. Only Karen Reed speaks for Karen Reed. New rule. Thank you.
Yeah. Listen up, it's time to talk. No more hiding behind lies. Let's take a walk. Can't take much more, your bullshit gets old. You claim you're an award winner, but your heart's ice cold. Fraud and deception, that's your playbook, my dude. Stuffing ballot boxes, you're just stealing the mood. You're not a journalist, nah, you're just a blogger. Wanna be on top, but you're playing the wrong card here. Change the game, now you flip the script. More despicable, every day got your whole life flipped. Turtle boy, we see through the mask you wear. Truth tells, cutting deep like a knife, it ain't fair. Turtle boy, you made this mess, you drown in your lies, only you to blame. It's reflected in your cries. Turtle boy, we see through the mask you wear. Truth cutting deep like a knife, it ain't fair. You made this mess, you drown in your lies, only you to blame. It's reflected in your cries. A baker broken, he stands tall. Ain't that the truth? Locked in the battle with the heart of gold. Got proof, Down syndrome. Never a reason to attack. You act like a coward hiding in your own whack. You call it journalism, but I see through your game. Pathetic little loser, you should be ashamed. Turn the mirror. See the monster that you've grown. Can't wash the dirt, it's forever on your throne. Turtle boy, we see through the mask you wear. Truth cutting deep like a knife, it ain't fair. You made this mess, you drown in your lies, only you to blame. It's reflected in your cries. Turtle boy, we see through the mask you wear. Truth cutting deep like a knife, it ain't fair. You made this mess, you drowning your lies, only you to blame. It's reflected in your cries. Standing with Aiden, Kate, the will, no thanks. You're marching down a path where nobody gives thanks. Ray from Dallas into McHale, recruit too. Associate to mess with nothing good to pursue. Shirley Max, we heard the toughest cries, mama's pain, but you drowned them all out, left them lost in the rain. You created the shit you're sitting in now. The world ain't your playground, so take a can we be real? Let's break it down clear. You're not even close to the truth, you just disappear. So hold your breath, think about what you've done. Living in your fantasy, but you're weighing a ton. No applause for the fraud, no crown for the fool. This is from your boy, let the truth be the tool. We can't take much more, and neither should you. Time to face the truth, it's the least you can do. Shut it down, turtle boy. Let the real ones rise. This the gritty anthem. No more disguise. Turtle boy.
My bad. I always do that shit. Welcome back to another one. I was muted up, I hope everyone on the East Coast made out, good from the snowstorm. Now some of us older cats can say that we actually lived through two blizzards, right? The blizzard of 78 and the blizzard of 2026. And imagine we got more snow 2026 than we got the blizzard of 78, which is crazy because I seen some crazy pictures back then. The highways, closed down. Everyone abandoned their vehicles on 95. Well, maybe now we have more technology, man. But another banger. Alex passed his lie detector test. What's up with that? What do you guys think about Alex passing his lie detector test? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, man. Can we get a drum roll, please? All right, man. Shout out to the band. First and foremost.
Not promote or promotion any illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant only for educational purpose only.
That's the bad guy. Bad guy. Bad guy. That's the bad guy. The bad guy. The bad guy.
Commission.
The bad guy. The bad guy. The bad guy.
Load up that queen.
We don't do no talking, we know what they do for the views. If I took a loss, no, I got it all back. They just wanna talk, so we gonna talk facts. Got it out the mud, got it out the mud. Really on the blood, really on the blood. Yeah, they know it's up, yeah, they know it's up.
Okay, we back. Yeah, I was muted earlier. Thank you. I appreciate that. But before we get into the drama, the reactions, the damn accusations, and the noise, I want to take a minute to break down something that keeps coming up in conversations, right? Lie detector test. What are they? You know what I mean? What are they? I know a lot of people out there, a lot of these creators are not intelligent enough to break this shit down, right? So unfiltered, we're going to let you know. We're going to break it all down. Alex passing the test. And you know what? Something I don't usually do, but I think we're going to go back and watch JFK. We're going to watch JFK and then break down the lie detector test. You get your wrench. Absolutely. The history of lie detector test, because people throw the term around like it's a magic truth, right? A truth machine. And that's not how lie detector tests actually work. So let's keep it real and talk about the history, where the lie detector tests stop. I think it was way back, it's probably in the early 1900s when they were invented. Some say by detectives, by lawyers, from the research that I did. But they were created, it was a way to try to measure, physical response to your stress. The idea was very, very simple with a lie detector test. When people lie, your bodies react. See, we know how to change the truth. We know how to, we know how to disguise our lie coming out of our mouth, right? But our bodies don't really know how to hide the lie. Our heart rate changes, our breathing shift, our sweat glands, our throats, they all do different types of stuff, but they didn't detect lies. Like, it's not a magical copyright. It's not a magical machine. It detects your psychological changes, and that is true today. Even in 2026, that's how a polygraph test work. I mean, coming into around the 20th century, I think polygraphs started getting very, very popular, right? Cops use them, government agencies use them, CIA, we're training their people how to beat lie detector tests. Yes, they are beatable, but that comes with training. It becomes this culture symbol of truth. The needle jumps, you're lying. True or false? I don't know. But here is the reality of what I do know. Polygraphs, they don't read your mind. They don't even know the truth from a lie. It measures your stress. It don't measure honesty. It don't measure honesty. And stress can come from what? Fear. Stress can come from anxiety, on trauma, pressure, or simply being asked a really, really tough question, So the results of lie detector tests can probably be influenced a lot more than truthfulness, you know? And people ask the question, well, why courts don't rely on them? That's probably a good question, right? Why courts don't rely on these polygraph tests? You know, because some truthful people fail. Some people that are honest pass. And the result depends heavily on who's given the test. Is the examiner skilled? You know, what kind of training do they have? What kind of equipment do they have? It's just a tool. It's not a verdict. They can support someone consistency. They can show someone is confident in their truth. They ask some baseline questions like, is your name Alex? You know, did you wake up today? Did you tie your shoes? Because they want to get, you know, a basic baseline. Then they'll ask some baseline tests about lying, you know. But they can help a lot of investigators decide what to look at next. But this is not a definitive proof of guilt or innocent, right? And today, people still use them because even with all the limitations, that lie detector tests still matter in one important way. They show a willingness when someone voluntarily takes the test. That shows a lot. If somebody is willing to take that lie detector test voluntarily while discussing, you know, a painful or a serious time in their life, it definitely sends a message like, I'm not afraid of these questions. And I think that's where we were with Alex, you know, I'm not afraid of the questions. It don't prove everything, but it does show Alex's confidence to run out there and take that test. Alex's transparency. And that's why people are still using these tests, right? Yeah, it's not evidence in a courtroom, but it's a way to demonstrate if Alex was standing behind his words. So basically, in this first segment, lie detector tests don't detect lies. They detect your reaction, right? They're not perfect. They're not magic. They're not even legally definitive, but it does let us know if Alex is standing on his square. But they can show whether someone is calm, whether they're consistent and confident in what they are saying. Was Alex confident in what he was saying? I didn't watch this episode yet, you know, but when someone chooses to take one voluntarily, it does tell you something about their unwillingness to stand behind their truth. You know, absolutely. Give me a minute and we will be right back.
We living in a storm. You feel the heat. Cease and desist, the letters drop on the concrete.
Yeah. How many times they served them, count the notes again. Phone again, say hi, yeah, we know the names cause they tend to pull that paper quick. It's a game they play. Palazzo, Murray, Braga, lawsuit on the way. Lawyer up cause the guilty got the shadiest moves. Hiding behind they titles while they take off they shoes.
Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight. Yo, Billy, don't you have some makeup to put on? Head into the shower room, but where's the truth gone? Anna Maria, what a tale to throw around. Social media buzzing, watch the drama resound. Sleeping around campus, are you set to teach? What example you setting your message out of reach? Man, teachers doing wrong, they get them on replay. Billy's game is so weak, send her back to the play. Predatory instincts, what's the lesson to learn? You think the tables turn when it's your turn to burn. Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we pouring the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight, y'all. Cease and desist, coming down like a fist. Teachers preaching right, but man, they don't get it. Keep it real on the podcast, we point the light. Show the world the truth, ain't no hiding from sight.
Yo, special man with a word like restraining orders. One for his own daughter, ain't doing this supporters. Another level low, where morals just drift. Parenting's a skill, man, you missed that gift. It's a cycle of hurt, but he don't even see the damage that he does when you lack empathy.
Teachers should uplift, nurture and inspire, but we see the shadows and they rise ever higher. Look closely, don't ignore the cries of the youth. We gotta stand together, gotta fight for the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cease and desist, echo through the halls they roam, but the truth won't be silenced from the kids finding home. It's a call to be better.
God damn. God, motherfucker. I was on a roll. I didn't even know that shit was muted. But Will Henry is saying, right? This is a morality problem, right? It's amazing how fast he's a criminal. We don't believe him. Because the moment it's somebody from your hood, the moment it's somebody from your camp, Will Henry, someone whose content that you like, someone whose lap you need to protect, suddenly the criminal record becomes a redemption, right? Oh, it's a misunderstanding, a badge of honor. Bro, either criminal history disqualifies everyone or it disqualifies nobody. You don't get to apply it like a friggin' coupon code when it benefits you, Willie boy. And the Will Henry example, let's keep it real, people. Criminals can't be believed? Then the rule applies to yourself as well, Will Henry. Do you not have a 10-year suspended sentence? You not hit somebody? Did you not break a dog's leg while beating the shit out of your handicapped son? Not just Alex. Not just the people you don't like. Not just the ones who make you uncomfortable, Will Henry. But it applies to you. Anybody with a past, Will Henry. Anybody who made mistakes, Will Henry. Anybody who thought the system. But you know what the funny enough thing? Nobody in that Turtle Rider universe wants to apply that rule to their own fucking people. How about that scumbag, Ray from Dallas? The vile shit that dude has said about people. And now he's the victim. This guy is the victim. Because if you did Half them heroes in that bullshit Turtle Rider Club would be disqualified from speaking. None of them chat rats have a criminal record. Here's the truth. People with criminal records can be victims. They can be witnesses. They can tell the truth, right? They could be credible. They could be harmed and they can speak up. So a criminal record doesn't erase someone's humanity, does it, Will Henry? And if you wasn't just sucking a what so hard, your mind wouldn't be clouded. It doesn't erase their experiences. It doesn't erase their trauma. It doesn't erase their right to be heard. If anything, people who've been through the system probably understand the harm, understand the power, understand the vulnerability better than anybody. And I can't even believe I'm going down to your level. My intelligence is way beyond any of you guys. And I'm self-taught. I read books. People that have been through the system, they know about walking into a police station and lying. They're not just gonna do that. So run away, Will, which I'm sure you already did. We already know your criminal history. We already know your past history. A real stand-up guy breaking an animal's leg. If anything, people who've been through the system understand the bullshit, right? The hypocrisy is louder than your argument, man. Let's be honest. Criminals can't be believed argument isn't about truth. Then half of these YouTube streamers should not be believed. You even own a car. But your argument is convenience, right? It's a shortcut. This is what people like the Turtle Riders Club use when they don't want to confront what somebody is saying. It's just easier to say, he's a criminal. He should not be believed. I don't want to believe him because it threats my favorite creator. Not the turtle who can't come up with his own content. No. It's not logic. It's not morality. It's not justice. And I'm sorry I wigged out people. That just kind of pissed me off. Because half these politicians are all freaking criminals. The only good response here is okay. So should we not believe Will Henry either? Absolutely. Everything you say is a lie. Watch how fast the rule changes when it's a friggin' turtle rider. How fast the excuses stop. How fast a double standard exposes itself while you're eating a friggin' bagel. Aiden's too much of a coward to say it himself. So you send the glare to do your dirty work, because Aiden knows what'll happen. Aiden knows. That's all I gotta say. I like to see you sell. You didn't sell out the Wilbur the first time. Giving tickets away isn't selling it out. And a lot of people probably thought Karen Reed was going to be there, but then you come and do your bullshit stream. I see more people online condemning the turtle. And you make people want to get you out of here. Nobody wishes you jail. But that's probably the only place you're going to end up eventually. Who gave this ghost slide? What's a ghost slide? This ghost slide. What is that? Detector test. It was a reputable company from what I understand, very, very professional, and he was willing to pay for it. And we're going to go over the results. I mean, this dude walked into a damn police station. I don't understand on all the bullshit you guys heard from Ray from Dallas. How do you give him the benefit of the doubt? The problem is, just like the stream I did last night, right, about James Jackson going out of his way over and over and over again to apologize about this. But if it was somebody from the Turtle Rider Club, you would be laughing. It was funny. You know why they're mad? Because this was good. This was funny. And nobody mentioned Down syndrome until you guys did. Get the chopper was funny. It was funny. But give me a minute so I could reset my friggin' mind and God damn, he got me thrown way the hell off my space right now. Only a sucker can do that.
You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmailing the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own you. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you're for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth in the lineup is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth in the lineup is living in every line. Look, I'm not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers.
The truth doesn't need protection. Absolutely. The truth doesn't need protection. Give me a minute to get this friggin' clown's picture off here. Boy, what a fucking clown, right? Absolutely. Glare has always had a terrible reputation. I mean, here's a guy that used to, be around exploiting children, That's the community that his ass got kicked the fuck out of. Turtle Boy says, go get him. Go get him, Will. Good boy. Good boy. Welcome back, everybody, to the Can We Keep It Real podcast, the show where we don't run from uncomfortable truth, right? We walk straight into them with the damn lights on. I mean, ever since I came, around and started talking, like, I think if you go back and check my shit out, nah, you don't have to boot him. He's fine. You know what I mean? Let him do whatever he thinks he's gonna do. I mean, but tonight we're gonna talk about something, or today, that deserves clarity, right? Respect. We don't need to ridicule him. And the only reason Blair thinks that is against is against Alex, right, is because he's a turtle rider. And that's what his master wants him to do. You know, so go serve your master. Go serve your master. I mean, so let's go all the way back, right, to the James Jackson birthday bash live stream, right? That's when we first met Alex, right? So Alex did something that most people will never, ever have the courage to do publicly. He spoke about something that happened to him as a child. He named it, he owned it, and he said it loud. And after 27 years of carrying this shit all alone, and that was not entertainment, that was not drama, it wasn't a storyline. And people say, was it the right place? Was it the right platform? What is the right platform to say you was diddled at 10 years old? It's tough for a man that has to live on the street, you know, live by ego, live by pride, respect. Because just like in Shirley Mack's Turtle, they only respect the violence. And that's the same thing on the 44th side over there in Dallas. That wasn't entertainment. It was a man speaking his truth, his honesty. And after so long, people was finally willing to listen. And it is not no secret. JFK don't like Ray from Dallas. You know what I mean? So when there was an opportunity to hit him with a low one, hey, let's go. But Alex, instead of being met with compassion, he was met with a damn firing squad online. Commentators that decided they knew his story better than Alex did. And please hit that like button. You know, before you come in here, you need to wipe your feet and smash, matter of fact, super violate that like button. You know, but from all corners of Turtle World, which is small but big, he's lying. He's making it up. He's doing it for attention. He's trying to ruin someone's life. He's trying to ruin Corey Bradshaw's life. Ray from Dallas. People who don't even know these guys. People that weren't there. People that never lived in their experiences. They chopped him down like it was a damn sport. And why? Because it didn't fit the narrative. Because supporting him would require empathy. And in short supply in this online community. And Turtle Boy, he had to say what he said. God forbid, he don't want Ray from Dallas speaking up and telling his truth about what happened, about how they conspired to have Ray from Dallas as Turtle Boy's hitter. While out on bail, you're sending this guy to violently crush people, to assault them verbally. That's still an assault, bro. And guess what happened? Ray from Dallas passed. Imagine that. Now, let me say that again for the people in the back. Alex took and passed a lie detector test. So all we got to say, Ray from Dallas, right? Instead of having these freaking guys be your mouthpiece, when are you going to go take your test, Ray? When are you going to go take your lie detector test? You got it free of charge. Alex cost $300. Alex spoke his truth. Alex took the test, and Alex passed the test. He passed that shit. So, in fair use, right, we're gonna watch JFK and his people. They're gonna read over the results of the lie detector test. As snow keeps falling off the side of my house. So let's check it out. And if you want to see the whole show for yourself, go over to JFK Show Off, and you could see you could watch it for yourself. Shout out to JFK. This is his content. We're just reacting to it.
And we'll go to number one, right? And the people who have a computer or a TV, you guys could probably read it, but she's gonna read it. And tell me when you're done with the first page, and I'll go to the second page if you don't mind, Jimmy.
I got you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Mic check to the gods.
Mic check, mic check. Okay, so let me just open this up. All right. So we're going to start with the beginning. Number one, case summary. This case has its genesis in the subject seeking to prove that he has not falsely accused. Do you want me to say the name? I kind of don't want to, but Corey and his brother of, do you want me to say this for the YouTube thing? To edit?
It's on there.
Okay.
I mean, it's on there. It's on there.
Okay. Of essaying, I'm going to say that just for your purposes for YouTube, just in case, him when he was between 9 and 11 years of age. The subject wrote a statement during his polygraph interview when he also signed detailing his memory of the acts of this issue perpetrated by the two named individuals. So now let's move on to number two. Purpose of examination. The purpose of the polygraph test was to determine the truthfulness of the subject's signed statement when he affirmed that the contents therein concerning him being essayed by Correa and his brother were true. Specifically, that he did not intentionally provide any false or misleading information, nor did he intentionally lie about anything in the statement he wrote and signed during his polygraph interview. So now let's move to number three, pre-test assessment and interview. After Alex, I don't want to mess up or butcher his last name, identity was confirmed, he signed a consent form indicating that he was voluntarily submitting to the polygraph interview and procedure. Let's read that one more time for the people in the back. He signed a consent form indicating that he was voluntarily submitting to the polygraph interview and procedure. During the pretest interview, the examiner carefully observed the subject's behavior and interaction. He was oriented to time, place, and circumstances. The subject cooperated fully during the evaluation and reported no disability or other medical challenge which could have adversely affected the results of his polygraph test. His speech was logical and coherent. In addition, the subject's cognition appeared to be standard and his behavior was ostensibly normal and alert. Further, Alex, verbal and written responses to questions and instructions at the time suggested he was a suitable candidate for the polygraph procedure. Number four, subject statements during pre-test interview. Alex made the following statements. He initially delayed reporting the incidents to anyone because he was ashamed and fearful. The two individuals in questions did a certain act on him, and one individual that we all know did so on 4 separate occasions and the other on 2 separate occasions. Sorry, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay. He first highlighted the incidents on his Facebook page about 2 or 3 years ago, but did not identify himself as the victim. His comments on Facebook about the incidents included challenging this the two people accused to
hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Am I on the wrong page? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I'm on.
That I got that I got pulled up. You could have just said it. You sent it. Just am I on the wrong page? You're saying I flipped the wrong page.
Well, I'm on number 4. You're on number 7. So go up 1.
Am I there? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Sorry, I wasn't seeing it on the screen.
No. I get it. No, that was my fault. Go ahead.
Okay. So I think we stopped at, he first highlighted the incidents on his Facebook page about 2 or 3 years ago, but did not identify himself as the victim. His comments on Facebook about the incidents included challenging this person and this person's brother to deny the allegations, but neither of them did. On February 11th, 2026, he eventually officially informed some of his relatives that he was the actual victim of this act he had mentioned on his Facebook page, but some of them did not believe his story. He also reported the matter to the police. He has no reason to tell lies on either person. We'll just say that. Sorry. So now number 5, the polygraph computer system. The test was conducted using a Lafayette LX 4000 computerized polygraph system. This system is a state-of-the-art detection of deception system, which indicates and records on a moving chart relative charges in the subject's thoracic. Is that how we say that? People in the back, I'm not sure. I apologize.
Let me see. Let me pull that up. Hold on. I got it right here. It says, in addition, the subject is where we at right now?
So go to number 5, like right where it says subjects. It's like the 3rd line down towards the center.
Where the procedure?
Thoracic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm unfamiliar with that word, but it's an abdominal respiratory patterns.
Prior to initiating the first shot?
No, so where you're at, so I'm in the
thoracic.
center.
Yeah, thoracic.
Yeah,
thoracic and abdominal, thoracic and abdominal respiratory patterns.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Electrodermal and galvanic skin response and cardiovascular pressure. In addition, the subject is monitored for physical countermeasures. And also, I think we should just put like a disclaimer. This is very sensitive information. So to anyone,
thoracic. Okay, I said it wrong too.
Okay.
Thoracic. Thank you, Classic Clippy. Go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. So do you want to go straight to the procedure? Because this is just what the device is. I can read it if you want, but
you want to go to the next page?
Well, no, it says like it just explains what the hardware is. Actually, let's just go ahead. I'm already here. So the LX4000 hardware meets all American Society for Testing Materials international standards for digital polygraph instrumentation. All polygraph data, questions, annotations, and the time marks are stored electronically for later retrieval and analysis. So now number 6, CVOS procedure.
We on the next page? No.
Yep.
We're down there.
We're right at the bottom there.
Same page. Yeah, same page.
Prior to initiating the first chart of the polygraph test, a calibration verification of sensitivity test, a CVOS procedure developed by Dr. Robert Lee, PhD, was administered. CVOS is designed to assess an examinee's capability to process information, detect psychological or chemical countermeasures, permit adjustments or instrument setting to match the response capability of the examinee, determine whether sufficient professional rapport has been established with the examinee, and reduce anxiety. So now we're going to the next page.
Got you.
Yep, number 7. All right, data collection phase. Previous to administering the polygraph test, but after discussing the test's questions, the subject affirmed the test questions were in words and language he understood. He had no question concerning the test questions. Geez, they said that so many times. And there was nothing further we needed to discuss before initiating the test. He also answered no when asked if there was any additional important information he needed to share with me and agreed to be tested. Following the pre-test interview, a Canadian polygraph college, right? A series, single issue zone comparison test, a ZCT, using the directed lie technique, DLT, was administered. The test was conducted.
Big welcome to Norman Corey. You know, I'm familiar with him from the JFK chat, you know, always on point with the Eddie O'Brien case. You know, welcome all the new subscribers. See, I didn't know it was 1,200 plus 300 for the video. So 1,500 for the polygraph test. And Alex had to pay for his test. You know, that test was actually paid for. I think Ray from Dallas gets a free test. But over here, Norman, you know, you're gonna get the truth with no filter. You know, go back and watch some of my last episodes. I broke down, you know, the Rule 30 motion. You know, Adi's been in the chat. Adi actually said that he'll talk behind the scenes and put it all out there, off the record, of course. Off the record, though. Oops, where did it go? Hang on, people, I lost my spot. All right, hold on, man. I gotta fix this. Unreal.
Yeah. You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmailing the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own you. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you're for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmailing violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmailing violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup, is living in every line. Look, I'm not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers.
All right, we back. My bad, man. That's just so sensitive. You touched the wrong shit. It's just, my bad.
The test was conducted in a private room with only the examiner and the subject present. That's going to be a hard word for me to say right now. It's a little late. I apologize. I am sorry, chat. With irrelevant and comparison questions, the asked while the subject was balanced in on the Lafayette LX 4000 computerized polygraph instrument. Listed below are the three relevant questions, RQ, asked during the test, followed by the subject's verbal responses. So the first question, Concerning the statement you signed here today, did you intentionally provide any misleading? Number 2, concerning the statement you signed here today, did you intentionally provide any
See?
false
Mid-flight
information in that
challenges,
document?
man. You know,
Answer, no.
on the fly. Try to fix this shit. I apologize. Gotta hate when this happens, man. Gotta hate when it happens. Trying to get the sound back on. I lost sounds.
Do blogs, you know, to speak this.
That's just what they have to do for these type of cases, right? That's one. So you would have to bring that into question, why they rely on it to some degree. I don't have the answer for that. I'm not law enforcement. But for anyone denying the procedure or whether they agree with it or not, this is just the facts that were given. So
listen up, I got a story to tell about the strong women who raised me well. Yo, I grew up in a house full of queens, strong women teaching me to chase my dreams. Saw my mom grind, juggling, working home. Taught me respect, made me feel less alone while you flex your muscles, thinking that's power. I learned true strength in the toughest hour. You swing fists, you think that makes you a man, but real warriors protect, they don't need a hand. Yeah, it's respect over aggression, that's the game we play. Real strength comes from the heart, it ain't just a display. For every queen that raised me, I honor they fight. In a world full of chaos, I'm just seeking the light. My grandmother's wisdom, it echoes in my soul. Treat women with respect, that's how you roll. You think aggression's a sign of your might, but a real man knows how to stand up and fight. For those who can't, for those who are weak, instead of throwing punches, have a heart when you speak. Yeah, it's respect over aggression, that's the game we play. Real strength comes from the heart, it ain't just a display. For every queen that raised me, I honor they fight. In a world full of chaos, I'm just seeking the light.
We got it all figured out now. Thank you for being patient. I'm sure some people dropped off, you know, but that is the problem with live streaming. You know, it's not like you can go back and you know, edit stuff out. You know, it's a little too late.
whether you had a right to not believe him because you wanted word, but it's an abdominal respiratory patterns.
Prior to initiating the first shot,
His capability measures, examinee, determine whether sufficient professional rapport has been established with the examinee. However, any information developed during this segment of the examination is anecdotal only and is not given any consideration during the formulation of the test results. After the polygraph test was completed, the subject told the examiner there was nothing additional he could have told me but didn't, and B, that he was confident of passing his polygraph test because he knew he was 100% truthful during the pre-test interview and in response to questions asked on the test concerning the truthfulness of the contents of the statement he wrote and signed during the polygraph interview. Number 10, remarks. This privileged communication and this examiner reserves the right to dispose of the copy of this report after 1 year, provided that the client concerned was presented with the results of the case upon request. I hereby state that the above report is accurate account of the interview and the polygraph test administered to Alex, and all information contained therein is provided in the strictest of confidence. That's it.
well. Thank you, Jimmy, for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yay, no problem. Do you need me to hop off here? Like, I'm fine.
Nah,
to
you
do
can
that.
stay. I
Whatever
mean, nah,
Okay.
you can stay. You don't break up the monotony. You know, we had a little rough start to the stream. I had an idea. I had you know, something that I was gonna start the video off with, and obviously didn't work for me. But
Saw good,
anyway,
man. You did the pivot. Let's go.
yeah. We're here. But you know, yeah. So what do you get out of all that? Like, how do you feel about polygraph tests? Like, you know, and do you know anything about them?
You're asking me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, I mean, I just pivot back to like Eddie O'Brien and how he was tested too. It's like, if these tests are available, I don't expect it to be 100% accurate. But if it's measuring certain, like if you're nervous or whatever the case may be, especially an everyday person who can get caught in a lie more than a professional, I tend to lean towards believing in their accuracy, unless you're a very good liar. But for a case like this, knowing how big the accusation was with all of the legal ramifications that can come from it, to lie about something like this and get caught in that lie has bigger consequences than to tell the truth, right? So in my opinion, in this specific scenario, and even in Eddie's, just to kind of like put that, and his version was different, but I think that it's a form of getting the truth. It's the only way that you can kind of get around something when there was an incident that happened so many years ago.
Yeah.
And like, whether they're admissible in court or not is irrelevant, because it's not like he didn't, like there was any question that he didn't pass. Like usually I think it was mentioned, I think in another stream, I think on Mike's stream earlier, it's not that he didn't pass. He passed. He told the truth. It was like,
Well,
what,
Mikey
100%.
talked about it.
He had someone come up. I can't remember her name right now. I think it was the woman who
Lisa.
spoke to him. Lisa. Yes, Lisa. I think she had
Oh, yeah?
mentioned it before. Yeah, she had mentioned it before that, you know, I think it might have been in a comment or something, but she was on the show after I went up there. But she's been advocating for Alex as well. And she's been pretty much on point. It's not like he didn't pass. He passed and he told the truth. So, and we felt that. Like, there's also that part that doesn't get talked about either. And granted, you know, your truth, my truth can't really be admissible in a courtroom, but you know, intuitively, we all kind of felt that it was true, regardless of the circumstances of how it came about, like, especially with the person in question. Yeah, there's beef there, but if this is like a real thing that happened, like, it just happened that way. Sometimes things occur this way, but I don't know. That's just my take.
Lisa's the one who went up on Turtle Boy's interview after Alex left.
Yeah. That's true.
What do you think? What do you think should happen with other content creators, without saying any names? People who don't believe Alex's story. Now that if you had a, you know, and I don't know, an unbiased approach, a hypothetical approach, a hot take. If you feel comfortable with speaking to it, what do you think should be said? Should there be an apology? Should people still think the way they think? Is that admissible? Should we even talk about it? I mean, like, is that a big thing to do, or is it nothing? Like a lie detector means shit. I mean, what should we do? And the name of this video is, you know, even a blizzard can't cover the truth. But you know, right here, right, is a question that I have, and this is the question: where do we go from here? Well, what would you say?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, this is just what standard procedure is. So if you have a problem with the way that standard procedure is, you got to take it up with the police department, because that's just what they have to do for these type of cases, right? That's one. So you would have to bring that into question, why they rely on it to some degree. I don't have the answer for that. I'm not law enforcement. But for anyone denying the procedure, or whether they agree with it or not, this is just the facts that were given. So if you are incorrect in your initial assessment of what happened with Alex, whether you believed him or not, whether you had a right to not believe him because you wanted more information to come out and you wanted to reserve your opinion, fine. But if this piece of paper comes out, now it's a test on your moral compass. Do you apologize? I can't say that. I know if I was wrong, I would take the L.
What would you, but that's what I'm saying in a hot take, if you're comfortable with saying it, because I'm not trying to get you involved in anything, but what would be your advice? Do you have, what would you do? If you was in the wrong, you said you would, right? If it was you?
Yeah, I took that risk doing the interview, not being anyone with a platform. Okay. Like, I mean, we have to think about that too. Like, I'm someone who's speaking words of wisdom. And then at some point, if like I was wrong, like you take that risk, right? But I don't care about being wrong in that sense because my moral compass is like, do the right thing. I can't speak for anyone else, but in my opinion, if I was wrong, I would 100% apologize. But if I'm right, I would just say to anyone who questioned him, do what you believe is the right thing to do. And if it means that you can take this opportunity to turn it around, sure, people might give you some crap for it, but can you sleep at night knowing that you were wrong and did certain things? I don't have that answer, only you do, but.
What do y'all think about what's being said so far about the lie detector test? Put a 1 if you support Alex and put a 2 if you don't believe Alex. I heard someone say that, the email was fake, the address was wrong of the examiner. I mean, the examiner may very well live in Barbados. We got a lot of 1s. I've been polite. Why call me a loser? Yeah, there's no reason to, disrespect people. Lucy Lou is entitled to their opinion. They don't believe it, but I mean, I don't know why everyone's so confident, quick to believe Ray from Dallas, but I think that we don't know Alex, we don't know Ray, but Alex has been nothing but polite. Alex came forward. Alex walked into the police station right there. That was the biggest tell for me. An ex-con don't walk into police stations. They just don't. They don't walk into police stations and they don't voluntarily do polygraph tests because the consequences for Alex was greater if he got caught lying than if the truth comes out. If he gets caught lying, there's a violation of his probation, of his parole, and he could go right back to prison for it. So what does he have to gain? Clout? I don't think so.
I would take the L if I was wrong. And if I was wrong, I would apologize 100%. Because that's the right thing to do, period.
I appreciate your take. Can Nan come up here? Can Nan pop out? Nan,
I think the next person to come up is, let me see. It actually is Alex. So let's fast forward a little bit to where Alex comes on the show.
It's just so uplifting. I just feel so blessed right now. So I got something to prove to anybody, like definitely to my family, man. Like it was those who didn't believe, but then the ones that did believe, was no reason for me to lie in the first place. Like I said, man, I'm just blessed right now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's lifted off my shoulders. I'm able to expose somebody. You know what I'm saying? So now that people could keep their kids safe, man, like the facts and the proof that y'all got right now.
And yes, Alex was used for, yes, he was, absolutely. We don't like Ray from Dallas, of course, but come up here. But that's still Alex's truth. And this was, Alex said for a long time, he's been trying to get this out, been trying to get somebody to listen to him. Now, did JFK, James Jackson use this to their advantage? Absolutely. And they will tell you they did as well. But I think if this was coming from another creator, then they're probably going to have a different side of it. But anything JFK and his crew has to say, I mean, people automatically, you know, they don't side with him. Look at my last night's stream, the Broken Baker. Everybody had an issue with that bit that James Jackson did. And James Jackson and all them guys, they apologized. And I was like, why? This isn't Hallmark. This is friggin' YouTube.
So put all that to a halt. All that, having them at sports events and all around the kids and stuff, man. This what it's for, man. This what it's all for. This what it was my main focus. So and then for old boy, one of the ways for I'm talking about an actual turtle, y'all. A way for a turtle to put him on his back. Put him on his back and have his legs up there just swinging like this for hours and hours, for days, man. Because
wow.
I don't know, man. I seen this clip of him. Hey, I put my life on it. I put my last dollar on it. Well, put that turtle on his back, man. Put that turtle on his back, man. Yeah.
Well, we know it's more for you than anyone else, and that's the most important thing,
Nah, it was just my biggest hater, man. Like I'm the type of person I don't be doing all the back and forth and stuff. I like to bring facts. I'm a fact type of guy. Like I don't want to go back and argue, and it's just me in life in general, not just this situation, just me in life in general. I just like to put it just slapping in their face, man. That way we don't have to talk about it no more.
So let me ask you. So you take the test, and then your family, like your baby's mother or whatever. I'm just saying your children's mother. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. So stop me if I'm wrong. People who might have not believed or what, obviously they weren't there 27 years ago.
No,
so when you came home with the results, what was the reaction for some of your family that kind of like not didn't that they didn't believe you, but they didn't know what to do, right? Like how do you prove it, right?
Yeah, nobody doubted me. Nobody that really loved me doubted me. It was just the ones that wasn't as close as me, that ones who like that was basically on his side type stuff. Like everybody on my side who know about it, they never doubted me. Cause like I'm not that type of person. I'm not no liar. Like the lie detector man talking about, man, fine, we got to have you lie about something. I'm like, man, I don't do too much lying, man. But it's part of the process of taking a lie detector. And lie detector test is deep, y'all. It's very, very deep, man. They say it's probably like 1 or 2% of people who could actually trick that machine, but that machine go through so much diagnostics, like I was saying earlier about being nervous. That's why it takes for almost a week, because it's normal for you to be nervous. You know what I'm saying? But it also picks that up and dilute it from the test and everything. Like it's a long process. It took a minute. Like I was nervous. And then to go back to what y'all said, like it being so long ago, I was nervous to where I'm like, man, is he gonna detect, something for so long ago? That's the thing coming with what y'all said about people. If I was actually telling the truth, but the lie detector not knowing that I'm telling the truth, probably because it been so long ago. But yeah, man, I gave the full statement. I gave the full statement about the shed, all the places, who was involved, what they did, everything. And yeah, I passed the flying colors, man.
So let me ask you this, brother. Let me ask you this. So you wake up, you go down, you go talk to this guy, he sits you down, and you got to tell him your truth, right?
Yeah.
And how long did it take, would you say, for that whole process?
In almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. I got there at 8:30 and leave at almost 12 because it's so many different steps. Evaluation, he got to make sure that you prepared to take the test first of all. You know what I'm saying? He got to make sure your mental there, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff that he had to do. You got to know you had to make sure you get sleep. You got to make sure you had nourished your body. Like, it's a whole process, man. Like, that's a lot. That was a lot. That was a whole lot. I was thinking it was just gonna go in there and be some questions and answer the questions. Nah, man, he got to buy it. He got to make sure you right. Then you got to take time.
What do you guys think so far? I know they also got to make sure you're not on drugs. You haven't done no Vicodins because stuff like that can slow your, your blood pressure down, stuff like that. Your main problem. This is not about you. Probably a terrible if it could count. I'm always skeptical about everything in the world these days. Interesting. But what do you guys think so far about what was said about what Alex saying, how deep the test was, everything Alex had to do to prepare for this test? And just his willingness to walk in. I mean, the truth would come out either way. In a legal investigation, that's all I want for everyone. Okay, let's get this back on.
You gotta take time to hook up to the machine. It's the machine is one of the top line machines. It is like, man, I had to sit on something. It's the video coming, y'all. I had to sit on something, because your the machine, it reads so many parts of your body. It's just not the scrap around the chest and around your stomach. It's your fingers. You got to sit down. Um, he got to get your pulse. Like, it's so many ways to tell that you're lying. That's why they say it's very rare that people get just beat the lie detector cup. It's so many ways that your body give off that you're lying. That's why I say he gave me. I learned so much knowledge. Like, in the fingers, it could tell it's a certain nerve or something that makes you. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot. Like, I got schooled myself. Like I said, I was there for almost 3 hours, so I got to learn a lot. I really got to learn a lot. But yeah, man, it was an experiment. It most definitely was an experiment. Is this guy been doing this since 2009? He gave me the background of himself, how long he been doing this. Um, you know, people talking about this stuff don't hold up in court, but it do hold up in court to a standard. And then it's other ways they use it too. They also use it for, like, he gave me an example of like sex offenders. Like, they using on sex offenders a lot because they ask them, hey, have you been around any kids lately? Have you been in, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all type of stuff. It was, like I said, it was 3 hours. Like, man, I was at mind blown. It was a lot going on.
I think the biggest part about this, Alex, too, is that it's, like when you say that some things don't stand up in court, but what this opens up is, the opportunity for these officers to further investigate.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely is going to the courts. I don't care if they need it or not. It's going to the courts.
Yeah.
sure. Like, this is something they need to know. They need to know. Like, this is documented down. Like, this is on record. Like, with a certified person. So it's going to the courts whether they use it or not. It's going.
Thank you, people, for hitting me up in the Cash App, man. You know, appreciate it. You know, thank you. You know, I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you very, very much. But I want people to come in here and have their own opinions. You know, it's when you just start getting overly disrespectful, which I have not seen. But yes, you're definitely allowed to have your own opinions, but people can feel how they want. My comment to you was because you said my main problem. Why do you even have a problem about how somebody handled their own traumatic situation? You know, and big shout out to GNX. Appreciate that. You know, thank you. You know, the other thing is like nobody said why they're defending Ray from Dallas, which I'm curious about. Why would you defend? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
On.
Yep.
Detectives, everybody gonna see this.
Now there was something recently you actually went in Ray from Dallas's chat, I heard through the grapevine. And and I heard he did the same thing he usually does. He says a few things and he decides to disappear. But I also seen a screen share of his lawyer saying that the police report was actually a fraudulent police report. Would you care to elaborate on that? I don't know if you've seen it, but someone has sent me a screen share of her saying it was a fraudulent police report.
At this point, man, people just dumbfounded. People just don't want to believe it. Like, hey, I'm gonna give it to you. It's on you to take it or not. Like, it's no reason for me to lie. Like who go to the extent like that's just too much. Are y'all serious? Like, I'm different from y'all because not you guys. I'm talking about the haters. Like, I'm different from y'all. I don't invest my time in no bullshit. It's too much. I got babies. Like, I got real life stuff to take care of. So I'm not wasting my time for no bullshit like y'all. Where not y'all but the haters. So how y'all already done called the polygrapher man already when we just posted the results. Y'all already calling harassing him, man. Like, what are y'all doing with y'all life, man? Like don't y'all got bills to pay or something? Like, come on, man. Don't y'all got mouths to feed? Why are y'all investing so much of y'all time into me? Like y'all, it's just that hard to believe? Are y'all behind these people that much that y'all just investing wasted time? Like, man, it's like.
Did they ask you a question? Why would you say these things if you know, did they ask you any questions like as far as I mean, we're gonna see the video, but did they ask you questions like as far as like, do you have any issues with, you know,
Yeah, of course,
and things like that?
Yeah, he asked me that. That was one of the questions. Are you falsely accusing this person? Are you falsely accusing this person? Do you have some hatred or some type of vendetta or something against these people? I said no. It's right there in a lot of TETR. I said no.
Okay.
That's why I say they ask you like seriously questions. Like, are you just doing this just because? Are you doing this just to get back at somebody, or just lying on somebody, trying to frame somebody, or envy, or just are you making these things up? No. Simple as that. No.
And that
awesome.
Mo Esquire was, she said it was like a damaged property report he filled out or something.
On this so-called bootleg. So basically, she's saying you went to the police station, right? This is a lawyer now. This is an attorney in a chat that allegedly is, seeking defamations and all these different things she says threats about, but yet he's talking about it on his channel. So if he's talking about it, then why can't we talk about it? Right? You know what I mean?
Now in my Denzel Washington voice on Training Days, I'm putting cases on all you. I'm putting cases on all you. Straight like that. I'm putting cases on all you, man.
Right.
So hey, man, ain't no defamation because it only.
No, what she said. What I'm saying is, she said that. Well, this is a woman who's saying all that, and then she said that she actually got the police report, but it was a property report. Something about property. Are you even familiar? Do you even have?
People just say the dumbest stuff. They'll come up with all type of things, man. It's just what they do. They'll see some facts and just still lie. They'll just see some facts and just still lie. Like it's I don't know if they get off on that or what. I don't know what they getting out of it. Like that was a property. Come on, man. If you really had strings to pull and you was really there in tuned into it and got it like that, you would have actually seen what the case was about, man.
Well, they can't fault you for how the system operates these cases. Like, I think that's the part that gets mixed up is that
the funny thing is, Turtle Boy said not too long ago that he has the police report and the entire police report is redacted. Now make it make sense. Is it redacted or is it a property report? See? Come on now. If you're going to lie, get your lies straight,
you're not at fault that in order for you to run with an investigation, this is a part of the procedure. And this is what the police department is using as a way to verify if you're telling the truth or not. That's no fault to you, but that's what's available to victims who have experienced that. So
now imagine the balls on somebody walking into a police station, right, and lying about a crime. Imagine that, walking into a police station lying about a crime. I mean, if we broke that down, right? Because some people just clearly don't understand how the real world operates, right? The police station is not a friggin' playground. Walking into a police station isn't like walking into a damn YouTube chat. You know what I mean? Very intimidating place, especially for ex-cons, You don't get to type something wild, hit send, and then log off. Police station, there's cameras, paperwork, accountability. There's legal consequences for lying to these guys. Not to mention something put on your permanent record. That's not the record you want. That's not a Rick James album. That's not a We Are the World album. It's the last place somebody with a criminal history wants to be, unless they have a damn good reason. Am I lying? Let me know. But people with criminal records, they know the system. They know the risk. They know how fast things can flip on them so damn fast. So the idea that somebody would stroll in there and make up a story for fun, for amusement, for online gain, it's not just unrealistic, it's delusional. It's delusional. Filing a false police report is not a joke. It's not a YouTube prank. It's not a storyline. It's a crime. A real crime with real penalties, with real consequences for somebody like Alex. It's a violation. So ask yourself this: why would anybody with time over their head, especially someone who already knows how the system works, voluntarily put themselves in a position unless they believe what they're saying? Am I lying? The legal system, you think they give a shit about live stream beefs? But people keep asking, why would Alex say this? But the real question is, why would Alex risk everything to say something he don't believe in? He didn't say it in a comment section. He didn't whisper it in a group chat. He didn't drop it as friggin' gossip. He walked into the popo. He walked into the 5-0, the 12, whatever you want to call him. He put his name on a piece of paper and he made a formal report. That's not the behavior of somebody that's just chasing clout. That's not the behavior of somebody that just wants to look good on the internet. That is the behavior of somebody that's carrying something very, very, very heavy. Very heavy.
So it doesn't matter. It's kind of like with what I've realized in all of this is like damned if you do, damned if you don't, but you stand on business and you stand on the truth, and people will rip it apart and say whatever they want, but the truth always gets revealed eventually. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's why it don't bother me. That's why I care less what they say. I really care less what they say because their opinion don't matter anyway. It's what's going down when we hit them courts. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think what y'all want to think, say what y'all want to say. Got the lie detector test. Y'all gonna be thinking that's fake in a minute, and it's not real. It don't matter. Like, come on, man. Like, get y'all life together, man. Get y'all life together. Y'all investing too much time into the wrong people, man. Y'all need to
I
invest
mean,
in.
you helped a lot of people come out too, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, you
There's
did.
been a couple of people that, have told their story since you came out, 2 men in particular that you inspired to come out. And that's why it's important for people to speak up and not feel like they're going to be attacked on the internet for it. So because of you and your bravery to do it, like 2 extra men can walk and be like, I don't have to carry this anymore. So what you did was much bigger than you even know. So, I have to commend you for that. And you have the test to prove it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Now, I'm grateful that I was able to push people and motivate people to do that. Like I said, it shouldn't go like this. Like if somebody want to, get something out their chest, express what they've been through or what done happened in their life, they should be coming in with open arms, not being antagonized and battered and abused and just tormented, just been through the stuff that I've been through. I told somebody, I said, man, the results came out. I'm happy for that, but look what I done been through. I've been through a lot. I done been through a lot in the last 2 weeks, like 2 or 3, however long it been. It's been a lot, man.
That test isn't a fact. Why is the test from Barbados? Well, the test is actually from Dallas, Texas, to be clear. So,
man, y'all just quit it, guys. Y'all just quit it. Y'all
the test is actually from Dallas, Texas, to be clear. So,
man, y'all just quit it, guys. Y'all just quit it. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. The sun don't come out in the morning, man. The sun don't. Sun ain't got no heat to it, man.
I mean, here's the thing. You guys talked about what a criminal this guy is. You talked about what a bad man he is. Why would a bad man walk inside a place with his own money, right, and pay for a lie detector test that could
$1,200, y'all.
$1,200 and
$1,200 and
it could have easily. Sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Another $200 or $300 to get this video for you guys, man. That'll be $1,500, man, just to prove. But I'm not proving it for y'all, man. This is for myself and my family.
So about $1,500, and JFK just talked about, like, why would he do this? Knowing what could possibly happen. Do you realize the same people who scream criminals lie are the same people that worship creators with criminal records? So what is it? Either a criminal record disqualifies everybody, or if it disqualifies nobody. Am I making sense? You don't get to apply the rule only when it protects your favorite YouTube personality. I mean, that's not friggin' logic. That's not fairness. That is not justice, right? This is why we calling this the dark side of YouTube anymore, because I don't see no more, defending, justice. I don't see any of that shit anymore. I just see a bunch of, let's attack you, let's attack him. And I don't think I'm attacking people. I think I'm just, looking at what you're talking about and talking on this subject. But Norman Corey says people that are questioning where the test was reviewed or scored are just grasping at straws at this point. Absolutely. GNX, people like Turtle Boy aren't trying to understand shit because he's a racist MFer. That wouldn't say any of that, what he said about Alex or any other black person to their face. Let's keep that real. Absolutely. So, I mean, this is just selective behavior, what goes on with the Turtle Boy, or we can call it the biased fan club, right? But here's the reality check. Alex didn't have to walk into a police station. He didn't have to put anything on paper. He didn't have to take a lie detector test. He didn't have to stand alone with his truth, but he did, for the kids and for his own reasons. And the people who doubt him, they're not doubting Alex because the story is unbelievable or because he's a criminal. They're doubting Alex because the truth is inconvenient. Because the truth don't help their narrative.
So I care less about what.
Now, where were you? Now, what do we expect in this video? Like, where were you, and like, where was it set up? Like, you're sitting in a chair, you and him for 3 hours. You and this
I'm
gentleman.
Y'all this
Was
video
he?
Because it's so unique, man. Like, I don't understand. And then another thing is people, y'all saying this about the lie detector. People take lie detectors to try to fail it. I wanted to pass it. Are y'all okay? Like people.
He said people take it and try to fail it. Before anyone tries to rewrite the narrative, we have to keep it real. Walking into a police station to lie about a crime, that's not being brave. It's not strategy. It's not clout chasing. It's stupidity. It's stupidity in the biggest form. And I don't think Alex, he's probably a lot of things, right? But I don't think stupid is one of them. Alex spoke up because he believed what he was saying. He filed the police report because he believed what he said. He took the test because he believed what he said. And the truth, it doesn't need the internet's permission.
People, that was one of his questions. You not, you wouldn't try to do that. You wouldn't be trying because it wouldn't look good. I've been doing this so long. If I detect you, the machine most definitely gonna detect you. So man, like, come on, y'all. People go. I don't know if it's a YouTube for it or how to a lie detector test, man. Like people do that to fail, to make sure that they, you know what I'm saying, to deny it or something. But who's doing it to pass it? Like I never heard that. Like, come on, man. Like that when they bring a lie detector out for people in court, did you rob this bank? No. Like, come on, man. They come on. Like y'all just.
And it could have easily went. It could have easily went the other way. He could have spent that money, right? So you're talking. Let's just break down what we heard about Alex. What people were saying. Alex is a bum. Alex is a criminal. Alex is a liar. And this is from a lot of people from that other side saying all these things. He put up his own money, walked in, took a lie detector test. It could have went the other way. He could be out $1,500 right now. He could be out the money. He could be a liar. And guess what? This show right here, if it would have came out, not a liar, right? Because you know, at the end of the day, it's like, gotta be fair. Now, your opinion is your opinion about a lie detector test. You know, if it came out wrong, there could be an opinion. Well, hey, maybe it's not 100% accurate, or you know, and then the same thing. If it comes out truthful, maybe it's not 100% accurate. But we're here just to lay it out and let you guys be the judge. But the point I'm trying to make is, most people would say if he failed it, he was lying, right? That would just be the general opinion. And guess what? We would have reported it. So don't think that if it would have went the other way, we wouldn't have been up here saying, hey, he took a lie detector and he didn't pass. But he did. And that's why we're here. So the question is, $1,500. There's a person that says he's lying, he's no good, he's making all this up. That person can take a lie detector test too.
Man, you know, we nothing about that, man. We're gonna see. The detectives will be there. We're gonna see, man. Like, go your lie test against my lie detector test. Like, come on, man.
Well, yeah, he gets a free one, you said, right?
Yeah, he gets a free one. Man, I spent $1,500. That could have been going towards my apartment or my house or something, man. I had to, but like I said, it's for myself to move. You know what I'm saying? So because every time I've been bringing nothing but facts, and this right here is just really the icing on the cake, whether they like it or not. This is the icing on the cake. They like it or not. Like, no denying now. It's nothing. It's like in the shed. How many times it happened? Where it happened? What street? What street it happened on? What ages I was? What ages they was? Like, come on, man. All that's there.
You know, Alex, I mean, I'll say this. I mean, like you just said, you know, you reflected on the last 3 weeks of you know, harassment and you know, just that disbelief that you're getting from other people, that vile wrath, you know, of like I said, trying to chop you down. I mean, the biggest point that really should matter is how do you feel? You know, how you feel after this was done. I mean, this is, you know, these were the steps. I mean, you knew exactly that there was going to be steps ahead that you were going to have to take. And now you've gotten over this one. And it only should matter. What should matter is how you feel about it, how you feel about it with yourself.
I'm great, man. Like I said, I've been talking about this for years. I've been talking about this for years, man. And that's actual facts that I got behind me. Not just my word. My word was already good. But now you got it on paper. You got it on paper. Like, what else? What more? What more? What?
Now let's be clear. There's two suspects named in this polygraph test, right? In this whole report and this whole thing that you're going after, right? There's two suspects, right?
Yeah.
So there's two. So
Yeah.
which means is, so that says a lot. That now they asked you, did they break it down individually? Like, did they?
Did you catch that? Did anyone catch what JFK is laying down? There's two suspects. There's two. It's not only Alex, and Alex said this before. He said, I have a case on both of them, if anybody remembers. It's Corey. And yeah, exactly. Both brothers. I knew Norman Corey would catch it. You know what I mean? I knew Norman Corey is always caught up. There's two. See, so he wasn't assaulted by just Corey. It was Corey and the other brother. Allegedly. That's right. There was two. This poor guy didn't get assaulted by one, but two. And the problem I have with Turtle Boy and the whole thing that came out of this, what if somebody seen Alex come forward, right? What if someone says, wow, he came forward after 27 years? You know what? Then if he did it, I could go forward for the guy that attacked me. And then all of a sudden, Turtle Boy, you're a liar. You wasn't touched. You wasn't this. And then the dude was like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of smoke. And the dude goes back in and hide and don't come out with his truth. And the other brother is named in the lie detector paperwork. Is there for anyone to read. That's right. Everybody is welcome to read it. And we will get it, and we will also pin it in our community section. Our community section is open for anybody to put stuff in the community tabs. I left it open until it gets someone disrespects it, and then of course I'll have to lock that shit down. I mean, I'm such a small guy. I mean, only 513 subs, so people are but it's okay. You know why? Because I only need the one person to hear my message. And I want for the people in this chat, I respect y'all, and I'm glad you've come back. Alex actually said it in a text to his cousin Andrea. He says, both brothers, absolutely. Alex to Joan of Arc, opening the path for many to swallow. It's also in the polygraph documentation. That's right. And I think, people that were abused, you have nothing to be ashamed of coming forward. I mean, you were kids when this happened. What was you going to do? What was you going to really do? I mean, how awful to be accused of something like that. If you're enjoying the content, I will appreciate it. I don't get paid from YouTube. If you could hit the Cash App or Venmo at Can We Keep It Real, and just to let you know, any donations that I get, it goes right back into the podcast. It goes into whether I need new equipment, microphones, paying for StreamYard, paying for other apps that I need. We're 8 years into doing this. I just came back outside when I seen a lot of this stuff going on. Nobody was sticking up for JFK, James Jackson. They were putting him through the ringer. I said, someone has to say something. I said, somebody has to say something. But I appreciate every one of y'all.
Like, did they ask you questions about the other suspect and then this guy and this guy? Like, did they break it down individually? Like, if you had more hatred for this one, more hatred for that one?
Nah,
they asked you the questions.
They was both just in the categories of molesting me as a child from the ages from 9 to 11.
Goddamn. That's heavy shit, bro. And I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough.
It's real tough. Sorry, bro.
So this right here, you gave us the picture of this house, right? They said there was no house, there was no shed. Now that's the shed right by the tree in the back, right? Right?
Yeah,
Am I correct?
I went and took that the next day. They talking about there wasn't no shit, man. I went straight to the house. I went knocked on the door first to see if they'll let me inside the backyard so I can see the entrance side. It's just the window and everything right there, but the other side is the entrance side around back. I tried to go, I want, I like I said, I like to bring facts, man. I just bring the facts all the way 1,000, man. Like, there's no if and buts. It's either yes or no with me. I don't do no in between. I don't do no gray spots. It's just yes or no. Either it was there or it was not there. So just to shut that crowd up. There go the shit, and I put the shit down in the incident, which they say was true. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but these like, what, by going to the house, Alex, I mean, you're facing these.
Of course, that's
you're facing it though. What I mean is you're going back to 10, 9 to 11. You're going back in time. You're saying you're mentally and physically. I mean, you're putting yourself right back there.
To opening that Pandora's box shit. Yeah, that shit fucked me up when because as I was taking pictures of it, shit just started running back through my head, and that made me want to push more. It made me want to push more because it did bring up the memories. Like, I haven't been there in a while. Ever since I made a post about that house in 2018. Like, and God just work in a mysterious way, because a lot of houses been broke down and rebuilt, and that was still the same.
Yeah.
Like, he just knew I needed this talk for my story to let it be known. Like, he that's why I say, man, people be underestimating that man above, bro. But man, if he got a plan, man, he'll lay it out in front of you. Every detail, every step you need to take, he'll just lay it out in front of you. You could just take step by step and walk there. It's just easy. He'll just put it right there in your reach. Like, it's a lot of houses. That's a whole block. I'm gonna say it'll probably like 2 or 3 or it's about, I'm gonna say 12 on this side, 6, 7, 8 on this side, 6, 7, 8 on this side. It was only probably 2 or 3 original houses that was there, and then my house was one of them. That's why I say that man just be working, man. He just knew this was gonna come where I had to come tell my story, and for the people who didn't believe, I was gonna need that evidence.
So if you want to check out the entire stream, go over to JFK's show off. You know, he just posted it. I think it went up yesterday. I mean, but we go back to what Will Blair said. Criminals can't be believed. I mean, that's the pot calling the kettle very, very black, right? The rule applies to everyone with a record. So what? People with records, you don't have no more rights? You know, like, come on now. I mean, they said it, you know, 3/5 of them in, you know. But funny enough, nobody in the Turtle Riders circle, right, will apply that rule to their own people. You know, nobody will apply that rule to their own people. You know, years and years ago, when they made vagrancy a law, they did it, you know, when they basically, the whole slavery, when they allegedly abolished slavery. But I don't think they abolished it. I think they just amended it. They said, we can't have slaves no more. No, they don't call them slaves no more. They call them criminals. They sending you to prison. You know, you're working for cheap labor. You know, like, so what they started doing was they started arresting people for vagrancy. Do you have $125 in property or persons on you? And we'll get into that subject because I don't even mind talking about that, which a lot of people don't want to touch that subject. Right, that this test can't be trusted. Right before saying, they'll always go up there and they don't care what they say. They have no integrity. Yep. And what happens is, see, now, what I noticed going on in the battle rap community, people were reporting people based on bullying, and that stuff was all confidential. And that's why I don't really like to play other people's content, because technically, you know, I'm not supposed to play other people's content. It's a copyright strike. But I don't think JFK would have a problem. It's not a coincidence, bad luck, accident. Turtle Boy only talks about his son, what he's doing with his son. His daughter, he's silent. Aiden made everything fair game, except when it comes to him, then it's private. You know, and let's not forget, you know, how Turtle Boy exploited his own children, you know, put pictures out of them in bathtubs. And what did he do in front of his daughter on the couch? Disgusting. You know, but what we do know is probably the best thing Turtle Boy's wife did. Turtle Boy, are you listening? Clip this. Matter of fact, I want you to look at me when I say this. Right? I want you to look at me. The best thing your wife did was going and picking up that correctional officer to be her new man. You know, that man is out in the backyard playing catch with Brady, playing catch with your son. And I'm sure, and I know correctional officers have a brotherhood. And I know that brotherhood is waiting for the top turtle rider to walk into one of their institutions. And then you're going to really see what pleasure is. You know, so let's go. You know, let's talk about that. Give me a minute, people. We definitely will be right back.
Yo, let's keep it real. It's a turtle tail. No detail too small. Yeah. Yeah, you thought it was cool playing no sides, right? Recording Karen, yeah, you lied and denied, man, what a sight. Double down on the mess like it's all a game. Talking big, selling out well, but don't it feel lame? Jokes about her parents thought it make you tough, but she lost her home, that struggle is rough. You asked her to rock it with you, to hit the stage, but she turned it down, see who's stuck in the cage. Turtle, turtle, where's the hustle, where's the grind? Living on the couch, man, that's no way to unwind. Your case came along, put you on a path. While Karen stays real, you just do the math. Free Karen, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Free Karen, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Karen ain't never treated you with hate or spite. Never shared your secrets, never dimmed your light. But you took them shots, throwing dirt in the game, putting her on blast like it's all just for fame. And let's talk about the couch, man, that's where you lay until the truth hit. Then you found your own way, she didn't mock you, nah. She was family, no lie, but you breaking that bond, bro, that's goodbye. Yeah. Turtle, turtle, listen up, it's time to rise. Living in the shadow, all those tired alibis. Karen's got her strength, yeah, she knows her place. While you hide behind the hate, can't keep up the pace. Free Karen Red, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Free Karen Red, we ain't stopping now. Shout out JFK, Kevy kept holding it down. Jay Brill with the beast, yeah, we spitting facts. Turtle's just a mirror showing all your tracks. Keep it real podcast, that's what we speak, no lies. Supporting real people, see through all the guys. Karen's got a story and we're here to tell. It's more than just a game, it's your on your track, yeah. Keep it real podcast, that's where we speak, no lies. Supporting real people, see through all the guys. Karen's got a story and we're here to tell. It's more than just a game, it's a living hell.
Yeah, yo, Hey yo, it's time to get real. The streets are buzzing, free Karen Reed, watch the fire, no bluffing. Critics out, yeah they loud, but we ain't backing down. Let's shed light on those wearing the crown. Step into the scene, enter Aiden Kearney, aka Turtle Boy, thoughts kinda dirty. Rolling deep with misfits, you know like Will the Glera. Claims he's tough, but that ain't a real player. Beating on his kid, man, that's a red alert. No cap, no lie, dude, you need to revert.
Let's talk about the truth. Let's keep it real. Clara's got a history that's hard to conceal. Turtle Boy trolls with that fake account vibe. This is a community we gotta unite. This is a community we gotta unite.
Then there's Jimmy, aka Aunt Deb on the scene, instigating trouble, thinking he's a mean machine, dividing us up. Man, it's never gonna win. Can't keep the peace when you're all about sin. Jessica Machado throwing threats like confetti, kicking folks out. Yo, you ain't ready.
Let's talk about the truth. Let's keep it real. Clara's got a history that's hard to conceal. Turtle Boy trolls with that fake account vibe. This is a community we gotta unite. This is a community we gotta unite.
Turtle Boy, tell me what's the deal? Slanging fake news like it's part of the meal. Mental, physical threats, that ain't no game. Abusing women, man, that's a real shame. Real shame, real shame, real shame. Watch as the drama unfolds. It's not just gossip, it's harmful behavior that you can't just toss it. Burner accounts, a coward with a keyboard, but that's where you ignored. Stand up, man, quit acting like a child. Time to heal, not divide, make the difference worthwhile. Now let's get real, it's time to change the narrative. Stand together, bring the positive imperative. Let's be a voice that speaks for the weak. United we rise, broken cultures can't speak. Yeah.
Let's talk about the truth. Let's keep it real. Clara's got a history that's hard to conceal. Turtle Boy trolls with that fake account vibe. This is a community we gotta unite.
God damn, I always do that. Damn, thank you everybody. Appreciate it. I always keep the mute button on, but thank you to Norman Corey for letting me know the mute button was on. Now that Alex had taken, the lie detector tests, it's time for Ray to take one. I mean, you know what? I call Jessica Machado Hatchet Face. She reminds me of Hatchet Face from the movie Crybaby with Johnny Depp, with Ricky Lake. I don't know. I guess I'm stating my age here, but we watched Crybaby a couple times. But I want to just say a big shout out to everybody, man. Everyone holding it down, everybody keeping it real. I'm glad y'all rocking with me. I'm rocking with y'all. Yeah, I appreciate all of your support. And if there's anything that you think we should talk about, or anything you think we should cover, there's a few things I want to talk a little bit about. Craig Price later on. Craig Price was, the Rhode Island juvenile serial killer. Ray will not take the polygraph test, absolutely. And I hope you all can go check out my episode that I did yesterday, about the James Jackson situation, about, when they did a stream the other night, and all of a sudden everybody got in their feelings about it. We called it the outrage games. Let's actually go through it for a minute. Yep, we called it the outrage games, and we talked about, how everyone made a big deal about what was said the other night, and we got to remember, people, this isn't Hallmark TV. This is like YouTube. This is damn YouTube, and it's like people mock people all the freaking time. Joke about people, do all these crazy, crazy things, but here is a stream that I actually did yesterday. And a lot of people probably caught, the James Jackson, live the other day, and then people just went crazy on James Jackson, Kevy Kev, Jay Brill. It's like, are you serious? Like, why is everybody upset? You know why? Because everyone's upset because what James Jackson, Kevy Kev, and Jay Brill did that night made for great TV. It was great, great content, and I think that's why all them clowns were pissed. They were all mad. They were all mad because it worked. The content actually worked. That's why they were mad. They have a big double standard. They get offended when the wrong person makes a joke, but it was okay for the Glare to talk about mannequins and syringes. Right? They're not sensitive. They're not righteous. They are not protecting anybody except trying to have a double standard. It's always the same people, man. If there was like a weather report for streamers, you'll have the Broken Baker, the damn House Rats, the Scum Gang Choir, the Turtle Boy comment section warriors. It's 100% chance of fake outrage with scattered hypocrisy. That would be the weather report. It's only because it was James Jackson said it, because it was coming from the JFK camp. People can't wait to attack. They couldn't wait to attack because it only came from James Jackson, and that right there was selective outrage. The kind that only activates when the wrong people end up speaking up. I mean, let's be honest. This whole meltdown over James Jackson's stream, it wasn't about a damn picture. It wasn't about being friggin' sensitive, and it wasn't about morals. It was about who said it. That's what it was about. So you can go back and check that out. The difference is James came out and apologized. He is more of a man than some other well-known content creators. Absolutely. And I didn't even think James had to come out and apologize because, they were talking about the broken baker. It's the other hypocrites that said the R word multiple times in each of their shows. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Imagine if the exact same joke, the exact same picture came from anyone else except the JFK camp. It would be, haha, oh my God, that was great. You killed it. Like, oh, Broken Bacon got cooked. No, but they all got offended. Go back and watch that podcast. And I think I got a lot of good podcasts, that speak about the truth, about the, Turtle Boy, not his legal defense fund, Turtle Boy's new home fund. I was very disappointed in James and Jay Brill. I don't care what others do in their streams. I unsubscribe to the others. I have followed James from the beginning. Was you disappointed because James apologized or because James even spoke about it? Ever notice Turtle Boy didn't really apologize for anything? He just says, I probably shouldn't have said that or done that. That just means I am sorry I got called out. But like I said yesterday, it is not a Hallmark TV. I mean, it's how fast people can switch from I love Doc Ewan to, oh, I'm calling HR. James should have never had apologized. There was no reason to get, there was no reason to apologize. You know what? And YBE, you shouldn't let that go. There's something that you can do about that. I get called the R word by Baker many, many times. Same with probably everyone who ever go to Turbo's chat has gotten called the R word. He watched the chat and picks on everybody. Turboy says he wants people to DIE in a hole, and his cult and other YouTube clowns laugh and applaud the bullshit. Why can't we discuss a U.S. State Department fixer who audited CPD and said, laugh out loud, no corruption? Perhaps refusing to discuss the most important things is an indicator of shenanigans. Absolutely. I mean, I don't mind talking about these things, but I got to know about them to even talk about them. So maybe, I'll research that. And if there's things that you want to talk about, just send me an email. Maybe some people that got screwed over. I have some things down the line. We're in the biggest era, I think, of fatherless homes. I think that's a big reason why shit is going on the way it is. But yeah, appreciate everybody, man. If you like the content, you want to support the channel, hit up the Cash App or hit up Venmo at Can We Keep It Real? One word. Never changes. Never, 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 ever changes. But yeah, we definitely appreciate everybody's support. And don't forget, they only respect the violence, TB. They only respect the violence. We're going to jam out. First, we're going to go to a song that was written by the chat. And we're gonna do that again very, very soon, but this next song. Well, first, you know what? I think it's important that we shout out to Alex, man. Stand united for Alex.
You deny Turtle Boy in the shadows, poking fun at the brave, re-traumatizing souls like they're the ones ashamed. Melanie Little, what's it gonna be? Bragging about your fortune made of misery. You supported Reagan Wolf in low down clothes while survivors bleed out, saying nobody knows. Stand up, stand united, rise against this fool. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse, no remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream. Ray from Dallas, dressed like a sheep in the herd. You prayed on Alex, man, let's spread the word. Supported by the wicked, you hiding your lies, but your dirty actions, we exposed to the skies. Will the glare of Uncle Debbie, you're sick in the mind. Keep spreading the hatred, but we're leaving you behind. Jessica Machado, professing her hate for those standing strong, girl, you just suffocate. Time to dismantle the game, take back the power. These abuses won't hide in the dark hour. United we stand and strengthen the crowd, calling out the predators, we're yelling it loud. Stand up, stand united, rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse, no remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream. So let's gather the truth, hold tight to the flame. No more shame on survivors, we're rewriting the game. If you stand with Alex, man, let your voice rise against Turtle Boy and the lies. Let's shatter the skies. We rise up, united. We're ready to fight. Yeah, the end of the silence. In the long night. Stand up, stand united. Rise against this force. We won't bow down to the shame. No remorse, no remorse. Break the silence, let's amplify the scream. Together we won't falter, united in this dream. Yo, Turtle Boy, don't get scared now. Just drop the truth, lay it all down. Turtle Boy, what's the word? Lose your job as a teacher, man, was it absurd? PDFs and papers all scattered on the floor. Heard you were a perv, coaching soccer, now you bored. Resigning the blogging, that's a laughable scene. Lana went over the evidence, truth's really clean. Cries Grove, tangled up in claims, dangling in the air. Hope you don't appeal, but the state ain't gonna care. Sure, man, little dick syndrome, causing all the fuss. We don't wanna hear you say trigger to us. Why'd you really get fired from your job? Cause you're a fraud, then now no problem. Perryman Motel, cash on demand, hourly rates available, that's the brand. Sewer Turtle and the Sewer Squad, can't we keep it real? This is your reminder, no chance to conceal. They whisper Turtle Boy, living in the lies. Heart of the city, yo, it's all in their eyes.
Turtle Boy, you claim to be something you're not. But deception's the game, man, taking shots at the plot. Caught in the web of your own fake ideals. Guess you thought your charm could seal all the deals. Turtle Boy, what's your name? Trying to hide behind nostalgia, but it's all so lame. I see you living in the shadows of your past fights. This is for you, written down on sleepless nights.
Keep it real, don't act like you're the kingpin. Frauds don't last long, better off in the bin. So Turtle Boy, remember where you once were. From teaching kids to heavy blog posts, that's the blur.
So Turtle Boy, don't get scared of the truth, lay bare. Face the music, hit your knees, breathe in the air. hip hop, nah, the tale we bring. Rhyme it all out, turtle boy, hear the true sting. True sting, true sting, true sting, true sting, true sting, true sting, true sting.
Yo, they only respect the violence. That's how it goes.
Yo, they only respect the violence. That's how it goes.
Yo, cut you on the phone, man, that's how they roll. Real ones moving silent, never let it be told. If you don't walk like a gangster, better check your stride. They test your metal quick, won't let it slide. Talking slick, better watch for the knife. Cause if you a rat, think it's cool, nah, that's not life. Young ones lurking, face got ripped up as karma. Toughest one you know when tears calling for mama. Heart's cold when life's given by your honor. Leaves your tickets marked in the little ass cell. Yeah.
In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go, time run slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. With the real.
Punks wanna turn you out. Sneak thieves out to learn. Watch you move close, cause they'll be quick to burn. Plan your exit smart, they take everything you got. COs wanna test you, nerds didn't let it rot. They were chumps in high school trying to be tough now. It's survival of the fittest, you get lost in the crowd. That dude you call friend might flip like a switch. Check his file, man, before you let him in your pitch. You feel me? Got the shadows lurking at your back. Trust is a luxury in this life full of cracks. Find out now, cause late is a dangerous phase. In this concrete jungle, it's amazing to raise.
In this game, respect is violence. Watch your step on this route. Cats doing life for a little ass sale, there's no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Super Bowl counting in max years go, time run slow. Rule number one, choose your comrades. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. Let the real one show. Let the real one show.
Survival's the name if you don't watch your lane. The only thing they respect is the feelings of pain. So keep your circle tight and your eyes on the ground in this life. If there's no mercy when the real comes around.
The real one show.
I'm online with you. Yo, it's time to call it out. No more hiding behind the screen. Turtle boy twisted. Got us caught up in the scene. You turtle boy twisted. Wow, turtle boy twisted. Wow, you turtle boy twisted. Wow, turtle boy twisted. You sent them pics, you twisted, played the father role. But behind that mask, we see your heart's not whole. John O'Keefe's crew, you got no regard. A spiral witness intimidation. It's like you're trying to build a trial, illegal wiretaps. Yeah, we know the threats you weave. Stalking women's shadows, man, it's hard to believe. You clowning on the gram, but it's all for the likes. But behind the laughter, all I hear are the spikes. You think it's loyalty? Nah, it's willful blindness. You're a wicked game. Your truth needs a reminder. How can you defend such a sick, twisted mess? Don't turn a blind eye. It's time to confess. Turtle boy, what you got? A dark cloud and a light. Spreading fear, spreading lies, keep it wrong in your sight. It's insane how we watch you try to play the hero, but all your actions tell a different story, bro. Different story, bro. Different story.